Okay, so let's get started, guys. Again, welcome or welcome back to the stream. Let me just check quickly that there is no noise. Uh, okay, let me quickly that there is no noise. Uh, okay, let me quickly that there is no noise. Uh, अरे देख ले हम्म. Okay, so I guess there is no noise now. Let me just check real quick. Hmm. देख ले. Okay. So let's get started, guys. Again, welcome or welcome back to the stream. Today we are again building our. Okay, so I guess there is no noise now. Let me just again, yeah. So today we are building or continuing our chat application project here on this stream. So far, we were able to create APIs and models and did connect our application to database and creating user authentication, JWT token, all of that shit. But now we are today we will be implementing IO, input output connections and initiating a basic chat. Uh, with us with a server, creating chat rooms and getting all the messages and sending the messages, all of that. So yeah, so let's just try to achieve that goal here today. Okay, so yeah, so let's get started, guys. Again, so today so let's get started. Let's jump into our code editor, and inside our terminal let's just start our Node.js server. We are in this download folder, cd clear cd/media code alchemy x, and then simply just say chat application, and simply just say assets run local.sh, our password. Okay, something went wrong. Yes, our password. Yep. So we have created a server here, and if I say get status, so we don't have we don't have anything to commit right now. So yeah, so let's just begin. First of all, I'll get rid of this. Okay, so we won't be using this configuration as we already know that this wasn't something that we wanted to happen. So let's go inside the server.ts. Now inside the server.ts, we first of all we want to do one thing here. We want to we want to set up a we want to set our IO property inside the global variable. So let's just do this. So let's first of all let's just go here and say global.io is equals to what was it? Okay, so it was our IO. Okay, now we are getting this squiggly line here. So we gotta do something about that. So let's do something about this. First of all, let's go inside the core typings, and inside this core typings, let's create another file named global.d.ts. Inside this, first of all, we will declare module. Declare namespace naming Node.js. Inside this, we will create our interface global. Again, in here, we will just say IO any. Let's see if we got no, we didn't. So we gotta do something about this again. Okay, we are getting okay, James. Okay, James Lee is here again, guys. Hey, James. Kind of. Okay, I found it kind of cringy. Sorry. ts. Again we will go in. So first of all, okay, I forgot to mention, yeah, I totally forgot to mention it here. src.core typings, src.core typing slash global d.t.ts. Okay, now let's go into our server.ts file again. We are still getting this squiggly line here. Okay, so let's just look it up on Google. Okay, not something we wanted. Uh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so we got a. Okay, so let's go inside global.t.ts and inside this declare global and sorry for the spelling mistake. Declare global io any, yeah. So we have wish here also. Hey wish. Mm, we are getting this error again. Let's do something about it again. Okay, so do I have to mention var here? Let var. How about now? Nope, nothing. Mm, okay, okay, so we can do that. We can go in here and cut this and declare it here. Okay, so instead of doing that, I can simply just say that I'm including this file here, import code typing, then global. How about that? And if I remove it, no, no, that's not gonna work. So can I access this global.io in my routes? So let's just check it. Auth routes, auth controller, let's go in auth routes, login user. If I wanna say global.io, okay, yeah, totally fine. We will beautify our code later. First of all, let's just focus on getting a functionality of connecting our server with users. So yep, and creating chat rooms. So yeah, we have declared global.io. Now inside this we have connection, someone connected, and then join room. Then we have join room, socket dot on join room. Okay. Then we have socket dot on leave. Okay. Now let's go into the websockets.ts and inside this let's check our configuration again. So we wanna have like on connection, like on join room, identify or subscribe. Yeah. So we have subscribe client dot join. Okay. io.sockets.connect user info. Again, guys, if you are like enjoying these streams, and if you think you are getting learning some, like if you are getting something new to learn here every day, so please do like, subscribe, and share. Right now we are at this stage that it won't provide me anything, but still it will motivate me to bring more content to you guys, and maybe you know uh get rid of my social awkwardness so that I can say things more clearly and fluently. So yeah. So we have user sockets and user filter. That's okay. That way we are getting user sockets. Okay. Okay. So let's do one more thing. Instead of, let's just say I have this global.io here, and I'm just gonna say that global.io we have x. Okay, we're gonna have a user which will be an array, and where on every connection, like on connection, I want that I want that socket, and then okay. So let's do one more thing. Socket IO on connection pass values. So let's just say send additional data on socket connection. IO connection query foo bar. Okay. IO dot connect. Okay. Foo bar again. Okay. Foo is equals to bar query socket, then socket dot request. IO dot use function. Okay. Emit function. Okay. So what I can do, I can simply just, whenever the connection has been made, so I can simply just go in my index.html and emit an event. So inside this event, I'll io.emit, or not io.emit, like socket.emit. I'm gonna emit an event like mm, again identify. Inside, let's we had a method here. So inside this identify method, I'll just gonna say send the user ID. So let's just call it nerdy geek, something like that. So this event will be fired here, and inside this inside one of my configuration, I'm just gonna say that okay, let's go in the server.ts. Inside this my socket connection configuration, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna create a listener here, and I'm gonna say that whenever this identify events get fired, you will get data which will be user ID, and inside this you and what you have to do, you have to push that user, like let's just say you have to uh, like okay, so you have to, so you will have this, so you have to users dot push. Inside this you're gonna have first of all you have a socket ID, so socket dot id, then you will have user ID which will be again user ID, so you don't need to, yep, that's a very factor. So we do with this you will have this kind of a connection, and then go here and users, I'm gonna just say users, and then users, this will help me log this. Okay, yep, and here. So far, okay, so no errors, and here my application is running fine, just fine. So let's just go inside this index.html, and let's just open it with live server. Do we got any logs? Yeah, we did. So we got the users array empty for now. User left room. Let's and do one more thing. Let's just say, okay, so where is our identifier? Yep. So we have this identifier here. Okay, so I'm just gonna say log console.log identify event listener, and inside this I got the user ID. Now let's just go here and check it again, and uh, and again I'm just gonna say log the users after event. We will say event, user ID. Now let's check our server again. Okay, we have this here and just say okay. So we got the user after event. Okay, user. So I need the user. Let's just log the users. Okay, so user went forward for user left from user after. Okay, so we got the socket ID and we got the 90 gig. Okay, okay, so that's our configuration for IO connections. Now we wanna have one more thing, that we need this users to be used by every other class. Okay, so how can we do that? Uh, mhm. Okay, so mhm. Mm, sorry for the pause. Mhm. Mm, mhm. So how can we move it to, use it globally, So we need the users. Okay, so we gotta modify our websockets.ts here, and I think this one will work fine now, as of now. Okay, global.io, yeah. Okay, so now we have to. Mhm. Mhm.
Playing from 1 plus 18.
Okay. Mm, how can you modify our WebSocket.ts? Okay, so we gotta think cleverly that we have our so WebSockets class and then so let's do one thing. Like I'm not sure that it's gonna work or not, but yeah. So let's do one thing. Here we have io.connections. So let's comment this part down, and in here let's just remove this configuration and simply just say socket, socket here, socket, and then the this users, this dot users. Okay, this dot users again. This dot users, this dot users. Yep. So no errors here, and then simply just okay. So let's just again do one more thing. Let's just like create a getter which is get io socket io socket. Okay, we should just do one thing at io and return this dot io. Okay, this dot io. Now we gotta create a private, like private property here of this class io socket. Yeah. So and then we have this dot users again. Not the io, but yeah, socket. Just set this dot socket is equals to. Okay, I messed it up again. Okay, so we gotta make this io and okay, so again instead of this dot socket we're gonna this dot io, and we're gonna make this also this dot io, and inside this we have this dot users which will be an empty array, and which will be an empty array I socket user socket id, yeah, empty array, and I'm just gonna say that this dot io dot on connection you're gonna have socket. What's the type of this io in here? It's the type of this socket io dot server. So we're gonna quick fix add imports. Cannot find namespace. Cannot find namespace. Okay, so okay, so I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna say import everything from sorry as socket socket io. Okay, and then a comma. Okay, okay, it can be undefined. Yeah, makes sense. So I dot on connection io dot on connection. We gotta set a callback function here, and inside this callback, I'm gonna simply put all these listeners in here. Now we got these red lines here. ow, ow. Mm-hmm. Okay, now. Mm-hmm. That's not again something we wanted. But we gotta deal with it again. Mm, how about I remove these two? Sorry, and I say import a server as a socket IO server, and then a socket from socket.io. Yep, that's gonna work for sure. Okay, and then just delete all of these bullshit and just add the socket IO server. Now in here we again gonna declare it as type this. Now okay, now we have this, and then we're gonna set this. Now get IO, we have this get IO getter here, and we have this beautiful public get users I socket user, and then this one it's an array, so we're gonna return this dot users. Okay, so that will be our class, and in here let's just do one more thing. Now we have these global variables, so let's just get rid of them. Let's just do one thing, socket.io.server. Okay, let's just comment this part down here, and instead of this I'm just gonna do one thing, that I'm gonna server. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna const socket manager is equals to new WebSocket. Inside this WebSocket, I'm just gonna say server, and then here you have CORS. But this one again, argument WebSockets. Okay, so what's this? Its type, yeah. So I will need. Okay, so instead of okay, fucked up. Rolex. Yeah. Nah, not something we wanted. User ID. Global.io. We have global.io here. Okay. Now we have join connection here, join room. Okay, now let's just do one more thing. We gotta. Mm, Inside this okay, so I got a better idea. How about inside this utils we create a user manager file here, user manager.ts, and inside this user manager.ts we create, first of all, let's just create a io I socket user, which will be an array again. And first of all, it will be, for now it will be an empty array, sorry, and it will be an empty array. And create a function, export function get user, and this get user will just say, so I socket user get users, okay. And then it will be a function again, so let's just do create a function body here and just return users, है ना, okay, at the users, okay. Now again, export function, add user, so yep, so user I socket user, and like it won't return anything, it will just users dot push user. So yeah, again export function. In here you need remove user, which gonna do things like socket. First of all, we need a socket ID, so I'm just gonna string void users is equals to users dot filter, then user dot socket ID is not equals to socket ID. Yeah. So that's how we're gonna wait. Let me check one more thing. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe room client dot okay. 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 So first, okay. For now, let's just use this as our remove user, and okay, let's just import these methods. Okay, import get users, add user, and remove user. Okay, let's just add these functionalities right here, and inside this okay, now we have the join room emit identify. So uh, let's just add user, and then we have on disconnect, remove user, and with the socket.id. Okay, this one will help us, removing that particular user with the help of socket ID. Now, I just hope my voice is loud and clear. Add user, and then we have okay, it is loud. I don't know. Okay, so there's no water bottle. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Let's just finish it. Okay, now let's jump into our chat room route, something like that. Now, no, yeah, chat room. Yes. Okay. So let's just hit a real quick postman request. Okay, first of all, login our user. Okay, why? What happened? Chat room routes from chat room. Okay, which file is it? Server.ts. Server.ts, and in here chat room route. Okay, running for fine. Now let's just log in. So we got this token here. Inside this chat initiate and headers, and provide. Okay, instead of headers, go in here and then body raw JSON. Okay, provide Let's go. First of all, let's just go in here and what I was going to search. Okay, let's go in here, chat room routes, and in here provide user IDs. So let's do that. First of all, you need user IDs, which will be an array 1 and 2. Okay, then we need something like what was it? Type. So let's just say type and set this child and chat room type. So what's our type? 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 Okay, where is it? Enums, chat room types, then consumer to consumer. Okay, so let's just add it, and so we don't need the chat initiator as we're already getting it from our headers. Send it. Okay, and yeah, we got our user ID. So now it's time to create a chat room. So let's go into the chat room routes again. Chat room routes, and in here let's just uh, create a model chat room. Okay, so no, raw. We have raw, and in here, okay, so I forgot to create a chatroom.ts file here and copy these. Okay, inside the chat room. mm, Chat room model and chat room. This will be our collection name. Okay, so far good. Yeah, so now we need to import it in our chat room routes. So let's just do it. Chat room, not this. Chat room model dot initiate chat, and this one will take user ID. So let's dot send. No, this one will take user IDs and maybe type, then chat initiator. Yeah, ping. Okay, it can be undefined. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that mm, chat initiator. Okay, so if chat initiator, then do this. Okay, okay, so yeah, so we got the chat initiator, and let's just see if it works or not. We got 200 status. Okay, we gotta okay, so we gotta add a little await here. Okay, now let's just do this again. Is new true, new room created, chat room ID, consumer to consumer. Let's just check our uh Mongo collection real quick. Damn boy, the time is moving too fast. Like remember I just started this stream right now, and like poof, it's just gone. User IDs 1 and 2 and type chat initiator. Okay, we got the chat ID of chat initiator, room ID. Okay, okay, let's just do one more thing. Let's just create another room. Okay, we got an error here with this. Just say the auth token error cannot set it after the sent to client. Okay, okay, why? Okay, this error. Okay, so we don't need this right now, right here. Yeah. Now if I go here and it false, all chat room found. So it's working so far as expected for now. And let's just do one more thing in this Clunish chat initiator. Whenever the new room is created, we gotta join these two right here. So inside this utils, I'm gonna or helper. Uh, so I'm just gonna get the global Okay, so I'm just gonna say that first of all I need the now for user id dot for each. First of all, we need this. We need a chat initiator to to join the room. Okay, so first of all, let's just do one more thing. Uh, initiator socket connection is equals to global dot io dot connected. Okay, so we gotta have a type here, otherwise it will be too hard for us. Global any, and it will have type of this. Okay, what's this one's type? This is its type. Yeah, this is its type. Yeah, so add imports. Okay, now let's see io dot what what. Okay, where is our socket connections? Yeah, io. Okay, io dot sockets dot not connected. What the dot connected? Chat initiator. Let's just look it up real quick. Socket IO.
Playing from 1 plus 18.
Okay, first of all, I gotta get the socket ID of user manager, and inside this export function, get socket ID by user ID, and in here I need a user ID, which will be socket, which will be a string, and it will again return a string, and in here uh, return users return dot filter user mm, user dot user id is equals to user id user id dot socket id. If it exists, then simply just send this and this, otherwise undefined. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, so this is so initiator. So let's just get the get socket id by user id, and inside this just insert the user id, so which will be a chat initiator. So this will be our socket id. Okay, initiator socket id, and let's just use an await to make it more quickly as possible. like using synchronous functions. Now we want it to initiate a socket ID. So global.io dot uh, huh. So okay, what's that? Inside this logo. Okay, so just one more thing. IO dot connected. No, there is no connected. Okay, so socket IO get socket connection by socket ID. Get socket by ID. Okay, my socket dot okay socket so okay sockets dot okay mm, so let's get the socket ID initiator socket ID. Cons initiator socket. So I'm just gonna say global dot io dot sockets dot get, and we don't need the second variable, so I'm just gonna put it right here. Good. Okay, so that's our socket initiator. Now we're gonna uh, now let's see here. Now if initiator socket, then initiator socket dot join, and again the room ID we got. So yep, available room. So we're just gonna okay. So let's move it up and what the hell? Let's move it up and let's just say initiator socket dot if available room, then return initiator socket. Then if available room, then return initiator socket dot join available room dot id. Okay. Otherwise, just join the new room dot inserted id. Okay. Okay. So now again we need to like join those other two. Uh, so yeah. So just user IDs dot for each to that user ID like this for each. Let socket is equals to global.io dot sockets again, then get the ID. If socket, then simply just again socket dot join. We got the room, new room, oh sorry, available room dot ID. Okay, so this one will join those two rooms. Now if it's a new room, then again user IDs instead of available room, it will be a new room dot inserted ID. It will be something like that. Now let's just see how it goes. User ID. So it's 1 and 2. So let's just go in this index.html file and then send message identify instead of identify. Send this one. Okay. Now if I check my server, it's working just fine. And if I send initiate to 1 and 2, so send, we got an error here which is chatroom.ts line number 19. So I know what the hell, what the fu- chatroom.ts there. Okay, which line? It's line number 19. Cannot read properties of undefined reading sockets. Mm, so let's just do one more thing. Console.log google.io. Okay, and in here you gotta add the global.io dot sockets, and let's see what its reaction is now, which is undefined. Mm, I don't get it. Like, we got the socket connection up and running fine. Okay, so there was no socket connection. Okay, okay, got it. So we gotta get back in this index.html file, and in here, let me just put it right here so that you guys can also look what happened. So if I go here and if I save it, and if I save it again, my server will restart. Now my, like, if I go again and check, yeah. So I'm gonna just do one more thing. I just hope this time it won't get broke. Okay, again it got broke. So I am not getting any sockets. Okay, let's just check if it's in chat room global.io dot sockets. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's just check again. Okay, we got a after socket connection getting socket. Okay, so maybe if I go in as and if I move it right here. Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see if it's gonna, okay. Let me just refresh my client. Yeah, it did got refreshed again. Initiate, and if I go right here again, the undefined. So let's just look it up on Google. After socket connection getting global.io dot sockets undefined. One new okay, connection, not on connection. Okay, is it emitting disconnect? No, no, it's not. So why? Identify. Okay, let's check if identify. Okay, not something I was hoping for, but yeah, let's see. Okay, let me just refresh my client here. Now let's see the terminal. User left room. Identify event listener. Users after event. Okay, so that's the problem here. We don't have any socket connections, Like inside this identify socket.id and then user ID. Okay, so okay, let's just give it a type. IO socket, IO socket user.ts can be type any, user ID can be type any, and let's just again go and refresh our client. Thereafter, so why? Okay, so I guess there might be an error with this one. Async, async. Okay, not this async. You have to have async. Mm-hmm. Export const users is not equals to socket ID. Mm-hmm. User dot users dot push, and in here socket ID socket dot ID, and then user ID, which will be user ID. Identify, and again. Mm, yeah, we did. Okay, now let's try to initiate a chat. We got the error again. Cannot read proper reading. Error reading. Cannot read properties of undefined. Okay, why? Hmm. What the? Hmm. Okay, we gotta have a singleton approach again. Hmm. So let's try it. try to create a singleton approach with a okay, so with our WebSockets class, using WebSockets class. So because our this because our this global.io is not working properly. So io, which what's io? So io is so we're just gonna do one thing, that export const socket connections, and we're just gonna say that new WebSockets. It's a WebSocket class, so export. Okay. Again, guys, if you have any queries, please ask me in chat. I'll try my best to answer them. WebSockets. Yeah. So inside this WebSockets, I'm gonna just say IO, which is constructor IO. Okay. Mm. So let's go in here and simply just insert this constructor. We gonna have client dot on disconnect. We're gonna have properties like IO. This dot IO is IO, and then our users as it is, and then IO dot on. Now I'm gonna paste this whole thing right here into this, and instead of user, this will be this dot users. This dot users again. This dot where is user. This dot users. This dot users. This dot user. Then okay, now we don't need this connection method, and let's just create a getter and setter. So get user, it will return I socket user. This dot user. Bro, कॉपीराइट आ जाएगा. Get io, and sorry guys, my silly roommate. Okay, so let's go in here. Return I get io, which will return this dot io. Okay. Now export com socket connections. We have these socket connections right here. Let's check in our app. So user after event. Okay. Okay. This dot users in server.ts. Okay, where is server.ts? Okay, now let's just give it a connection. Mm, this here is a connection. I reloaded it, and yeah. So now we have our singleton injected class for sockets. Now let's go in chat room. Man, we gotta do some cleanup here. Very chat room.ts and then raw. Now in here, whenever the initiate chat goes, so instead of global.io, I'm just gonna use a socket manager. Okay, what was it? Socket. It was socket connections. So instead of this, I'm just gonna socket connections dot get io dot get io, and this the initiator socket dot join. Okay. Now again, same with the below ones. So I'm just gonna paste this. Yeah. Again, I guess again with these two also. Yep. Yep. So that's how, I guess that's how we did it. So again, let's just fire it up. Connect our user one. It just connected successfully. And inside this, let's go and chat initiator. We got the error again. Global.io socket.socket ID. Okay. Okay. So now our socket ID, reading socket ID. So we got a line at line number 18. We got the error socket ID. Let's just check it. Check where line number 18. Line number 18. But the sock chat, which file is it? User manager.ts. Okay. User manager.ts. Okay. So where is it? User manager.ts. Okay. Inside this chat room, we got an error. Okay. Okay. Sockets.connect. So we need initiator socket. We need connection for chat initiator. So we gotta chat initiator socket. So first of all, we gotta get it by the socket ID. So what's the socket ID? Socket ID, socket ID, socket ID. The socket ID is okay. So uh, socket socket connection dot get user. Now in here it's already an array, so we need to be using filter, and inside this filter I need the user ID. Okay, so for user, then user dot user ID is equals to user ID, not the user ID, chat initiator, and inside this it will be array against and then socket ID. So let's just get this done here. Okay, user manager, where is it? User manager TS is not a module, and server.ts. Not cool, bro. Server.ts, server.ts. Yeah, so it's not a module now. Damn. Okay, so socket connection dot get io dot sockets. Okay, now again the sockets. Okay, now I'll give it a socket connection. Good enough. We got the socket connection. Now initiate the chat. Again, we got an error. So we got global socket. Okay, map one. Okay. Yep, this socket. Okay, this socket. We have this socket right here. Again, chatroom.ts. Okay, line number 22. Chatroom.ts. Line number 22. And which is it? Okay, if it exists, otherwise undefined. Mm, okay, so we gotta have some other. Let's just have someone on the socket connection. Mm. Mm. Now let's just have a user ID. Let me just create a user ID. Get the current user ID. So the user ID is come on. Mm. Chat room routes. Chat room routes. And in here we need this chat initiator. So first of all, let's just console.log initiator, which will be chat initiator. Again, send this request. Yeah, this send this request. Initiator ID this. So now let's go in here. Next dot to next dot to. Okay, and then copy this identifier here, and then simply just paste the ID of our chat initiator, and again open it with live server. Now we have this connection and then this connection, and now we have two connections here. Okay, first of all we have to restart the server. Okay, restart the server restarted. Now we're gonna have two socket connections. So first here, and second here. Now let's check again. Now we got one user ID, this user ID one. Yeah, so let's just restart our server so that we can only have two socket connections. Someone connected. Okay, I'm gonna move this one right here so that we can have a better clarity. One, and then the second one too. Now we have two users. Let's go and initiate our chat. All chat room found. Now I guess our socket connections are like have joined it, and then now we gotta have.
From what plus 8p?
So let's just do one more thing and wait. Okay, so now let's just copy this room ID, and inside our web sockets configuration, do a little thing like okay, so uh sorry, what was it? Okay, chatroom.ts, and inside let's say uh socket connection dot getio, and now getio dot emit. Now we gonna dot to we're gonna mention a room ID emit. Now we want to emit a message here, so we're gonna just say receive message, emit receive message, and inside this receive message I'm just gonna send the message, which will be data like user connection established. Okay, now I want this one to happen when all these processes have succeeded, like the socket connection has joined the room. And let's just open a console right here real quick. Okay, we got this message received from room 1. Okay, we don't need this shit. And just open this this one right here also. Yeah, this and then this. Okay, now inspect. Okay, what the hell? Below inspect. uh Sometimes it's really hard to code in a single screen. I have the three screens on my setup, so sometimes it's pretty much easy for me to manage manage the code. Now, first of all, let's okay, so our server is restarted. Okay, so first of all, let's just restart our server. And one, so we have connected our first socket connection, then we're gonna do the same. Now we have two users. Now let's just check if we got our message fired or not. When I send this uh send request, I guess I get a console message. Oh, chat room found. So we got the console message. No, we didn't. Why? Get io.2. Okay, why? Dot join socket. Dot join. Socket has joined this. Mm-hmm. Mm. For the initiator also, so log initiator socket, then initiator socket again. Yeah, so let's just do this again, this and this, and then this. So I'm just gonna refresh. Yep, first user and then second user. Now those both users are connected. Now let's just so when I'm sending this message, okay, ID socket. So we got initiator. Okay, initiator socket. So we got the socket connection for the initiator. Map, yeah. Mm. Okay, is there something wrong in here? Or maybe send message. Okay, so let's just mm, receive message. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm just gonna say that available dot room ID and then emit this. Okay, maybe this one will help. Okay, so now let's just go and jump into our implementation. Hmm. reload first and then load second. Okay, now when I send this request, okay, so uh just say no event emitted to the. How about we check if the. How about now? Will this work? I guess it should. Maybe first, second, send. Yeah, baby. We got. Okay, so we got the message. That was some. So we got the message here. So I guess this user here of ours hasn't been able to join this room properly. But yeah, so but still, our this user was able to join it, and it got its message. So that was the socket connection. And congrats guys, we are we are just a few steps away from completing this project. Right now we are able to created we initially created a route for initiating a chat between multiple users, and emitting those socket sorry emitting events to specific rooms only. So yeah, so that's something that we did today. And like, if I go here and if I go in this user, okay, and let me just check my current user ID. Initiator is this, so underscore ID is this. uh, I hate robo 3t in Ubuntu. I gotta use the Mongo shell. So first of all, let me just 6588279099271. So this is our user. So let me just copy this second user's ID into my index.html. Instead of one, I'm gonna send this here, right here. So I'm gonna restart my server, and I'm just gonna go here, and then I'm gonna go here, reload this, and I've got the two users on my sockets. And if I initiate this chat, uh, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get message for both of those users, as those users has already connected to my socket. To connected as those users are connected to a specific socket. Okay, so if I send this request, again we got this user connection established. I guess this user right here is not been able to join that room. Okay. So why it's not has been he hasn't like joined this room? So because I'm not initiating it properly, so I'm sending user IDs like 1 and 2 and not the string. So let's just do one more thing. Send the second user's ID for initiating the chat, and in this time let's just restart our server. So restart our server. So server has restarted. So let's just unlock .sh, and then simply just go here, create two sockets. Now we have two sockets created here. Beautiful, and both okay. Now let's just send a request. First of all, open our console and send a request. And if I send the request, okay, okay, yeah, we got the message right here, but not with this one. But why? Okay, so I guess there might be some error with the chat room dot this, and just go check it here. Okay, sockets dot join. Okay, user ID sort for each. Okay, let's just use an await here, and again use the async method here. So so yeah. So let's just give it a one more try. If it still doesn't work, we're gonna try it tomorrow. Send, and only this user got the message, not this one. So yeah, so that's gonna something we will look tomorrow. Look for tomorrow. First of all, let me just commit my changes. Get status. Get add everything for now, cause we will be needing them. Get status. Get commit hyphen m. Okay, added basic socket connection. Okay, get paste origin. Yeah. So I guess okay, 1.5 hour stream. Okay. So yeah, so I guess that's it for today, guys. Again, if you have any queries, ask me in comments. I'm shutting this stream down, so you can ask queries right now in the live chat. And if you have any doubts and you wanna share some feedback about my stream and content, you can just ping me in comments, and I'll read them or even reply to them. And if you need any personal help with your personal projects, you can simply ask me. Oh, sorry. You can simply reach out to me on my Instagram and DM me there about your queries and all. And yeah. So yeah, that's it. Let's catch up tomorrow. Bye bye. I'm shutting this stream down.